In the lively village of Umudara, there lived a palm wine tapper named Okeki. Okeki was very good at climbing palm trees, but there was one small problem. Okeki's mouth worked faster than his brain. If you told Okeki a secret, by sunset, even the goats would know. Every morning before the sun rose, Okeki would carry his rope, his knife, and his calabashes into the bush. As he tapped the palm trees, he also tapped into people's business. If two women argued in the market, Okeki knew. If someone hid money under their bed, Okeki knew. If a young man secretly planned to propose, Okeki knew. And worst of all, Okeki talked. Too much. By evening, men gathered under the big mango tree to drink fresh palm wine. That place was the village headquarters of gossip, and the chairman of that headquarters, Okeke. One evening he cleared his throat dramatically. "My people," he said, pouring wine, "have you heard that Chief Okori is hiding money inside a bag of gari?" Everyone gasped. "How do you know?" someone asked. Okeke smiled proudly. "I have sources." His sources were usually his two wandering ears. The next day, Chief Okori stormed into the square. "Who is telling lies about my gari?" he shouted. Everyone looked at Okeki. Okeki suddenly found the ground very interesting. "I only heard something small," he muttered. Chief Okori warned him, "Your mouth will one day put you inside trouble." But Okeki only laughed. 1 week later, Okeki made another announcement under the mango tree. "I heard Mama Ife is hiding her daughter's bride price money in her soup pot." The next day, the money disappeared. Mama Ife cried. People whispered. Suspicions spread like Harmattan fire. Soon, nobody trusted anybody. Friends became suspicious. Neighbors locked their doors. Even husbands started counting their money twice. And who was the common thread? Okeki. One afternoon, Okeki climbed a tall palm tree. As he reached the top, he heard voices below. It was the elders. They were discussing something serious. "The problem in this village," said the oldest elder, "is not thieves. It is loose tongues." Okeki leaned closer. The branch cracked. Crack! Okeki fell, straight into a pile of fresh palm fronds. Not painful, but very embarrassing. The elders looked at him. "So," the elder said slowly, "even trees cannot hold your curiosity." The elders gathered the village that evening. They spoke calmly. "When secrets are poured carelessly," the elder said, holding a calabash of palm wine, "trust spills like this." He poured the wine on the ground. Everyone watched silently. Then he turned to Okeki. "You do not steal money," he said, "but your mouth helps thieves." That hit harder than any beating. For the first time in his life, Okeki kept quiet. Very quiet. When people spoke near him, he walked away. When others gossiped, he whistled and pretended to check his rope. Slowly, the village peace returned. One evening, someone tried to push him. "Okeki, have you heard the latest?" Okeki smiled and shook his head. "My ears are resting." Months later, the same elders called him again. "You have learned," they said. "We will now give you a new title." From that day, Okeki was called the man who sealed his calabash. And in Umudara village, that was a big honor. The moral of the story: words are like palm wine. Once poured, you cannot put them back. And sometimes, the biggest trouble does not come from bad actions. It comes from careless talking. If this story made you laugh and taught you something, follow the page for more funny village stories with powerful lessons. Subscribe so you don't miss the next story. Drop a comment. Have you ever seen someone whose mouth caused big trouble?